welcome to the channel. My name is Nessa and today I'm doing a cozy highlight of Witchy Life Story developed by Sundew Studios. In this cozy highlight, I'll be talking about my experiences throughout the game and my thoughts on whether I think this game might be for you. This is an adaptation to my 10-1-10 and 10-1-10-1 reviews for shorter games that do not meet the criteria for that more intensive review process. Since there's so many great games out there, it can be a little intimidating and overwhelming to decide whether or not to get something. So I think it's super important to highlight aspects of a game that I enjoyed and what I wasn't a fan of personally. Coupled with my experience over the course of playing the game, I hope that you'll be able to form a good enough impression about it to decide whether or not it's for you. So with that, let's get into it. Witchy Life Story is a visual novel with casual crafting mechanics. You play as a witch who was sent to the little town of Flora by her grandmother to save their harvest festival. You really don't want to be there, but it's only for 2 weeks, so you're resolved to do your best by crafting different potions, charms, incense, and other crafts that the villagers need. Well, at least until the full moon anyways, so you can complete a ritual, solve everyone's problems, and peace out. Of course, things might not go as you plan depending on the choices that you make. The game is available for PC, the Nintendo Switch, and Xbox system. It retails for $19.99 USD on all systems. I played this game for almost 3 hours and completed the story with a kind of successful ending, although it wasn't the most perfect one. I completed everyone's friend request and even found myself a date to the Harvest Festival. Ultimately, I would say that my experience about the game is a little mixed. So here are the things that I liked and the things that I wish were different. I definitely love the customization options that the game has. I had a great time creating my character with the different body types, details, and color sliders to really make my witch feel like my own. I also love that you can change all of these factors at any time in the game. So if you want a different outfit, if you want to be a completely different person, then you can definitely do that. I like the gameplay loop of crafting a few magical items based on the villagers' request in the morning, tending to my little garden, and then heading to town to talk to them and buy whatever else I might need from the shop. I really adore the facial expressions of the characters in their portraits while you're having a conversation with them. Since this is a visual novel, there's a lot of reading, so I really appreciate being able to see how different characters express themselves. And also I love when the background scenery changes when we go to different locations. I really love my own character's facial expressions a lot, and I was able to connect with her fairly quickly because of how charming the facial expressions were. I do like the brewing mechanic in the game. It's pretty simple where you select different flowers that correspond to the spell component and you choose a vessel for the brew, which is different depending on what type of craft you're making. Even though it is simple, I did feel satisfied whenever I could correctly identify flowers being used in the brew. I actually like that the choices you make will impact the story and give you a different ending depending on what you choose. While playing, I didn't think that my choices were actually contributing to a different ending. So that was actually a pleasant surprise to see that they did ultimately matter. The game is usually $19.99 USD, but I got it as part of a Humble Bundle a while back, so I didn't pay full price for it. For the length of the game and the gameplay, I don't think it's worth purchasing at full price. I was actually shocked when I saw that it costs $19.99 USD. I would definitely recommend getting this game on sale since I always like comparing games to others at the same price point, and you can definitely get games that have more to do and keep you occupied for a lot longer at this specific price point. I know that the game has different endings and an endless mode, but personally, I don't think that it's enough to justify the hefty price tag. As far as visual novels go, I would say that the storylines for all of the characters are just ultimately okay. I would have loved to see more of my own character development because it did seem as though she had a revelation pretty quickly and did a 180 on her behavior after only a week. The townsfolk also were not too likable in the beginning, and I felt as though I only started to change my mind about some of them towards the end. Although I understood the storylines and I like some of the ways that my character eventually helped them with their problems, I also felt as though the resolution resolution to some of it was unsatisfactory in the way that they responded to my character giving them goodbye gifts. Usually, a successful connection to me means that I have some bittersweet feelings when the game comes to an end, since I would no longer be able to see that character anymore. But ultimately, I didn't really feel anything when I finished this game, so that connection was just not there for me. If you're interested in a visual novel about a witch that's coming of age and trying to find their place in a world with casual gameplay of making brews, then this game might be for you. Even more so if you're able to get this game at a discount, since I really like the visuals and the premise of the game. Matching the correct flowers to the spell was also a very interesting concept, and I like fulfilling orders that the townfolk had every day. If you're expecting the brewing mechanic to be more in-depth, then this game might not be for you, since even though you brew magical spells for the villagers, the main focus is on the story and the relationship that you develop with them as you talk to them daily. You can quickly complete the brewing task early in the morning, and the bulk of the gameplay is reading text, so if you're not a fan of that for such a long period of time, then maybe this game is not for you. Well, there you have it. What do you think of Witchy Life Story? Is this the game for you? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you like what I do and you want to see more, then please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. It really helps me out and helps more people find my channel. So I really appreciate it if that is something you can do. And of course, I have been Nessa, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.